Hello my Beatles friends, welcome back to another video. This video we're going to be talking about 8 Beatles EPs that you'll never find, but you wish. This is the 4th installment in the Never Find videos. The first 2 were albums and other albums. Now it was singles, which was a very successful video actually. I thank you for that, for watching that video and liking this video and commenting this video. And I learned many interesting, issues. The single issues of the Beatles from your comments. Thank you for that. So this is the 4th video, and today I'm going to be talking about 8 different EPs in my collection that are extremely hard to find. And many of those I've seen only once, ever. As you can see, it's a sunny day today, despite being 18th of November, which is great. It's a good sign. And I'm not saying that these EPs are impossible to find or some of you don't have them. Some of you might even have all of them. But in my collecting, those were the hardest to get. Most important. And definitely, that goes without saying, I've seen them only once. Okay? So I'm gonna start with the easiest one to get. I'm gonna finish with the hardest one. So just to get it out of my way, just to get it out of my system, this is not rarity. I wanted to use it as the honorable mention in the end before I reveal the number 1. I decided to start with the easier one and to keep you watching this video to the end. Okay, so this is the EP from the Blue Box. All of you have them, but it's very sought after issue because Baby You're a Rich Man is the first time released on full stereo and so on. And also Inner Light is issued in a full stereo and so on. I'm not gonna get into this EP right now, but we all know that it's a very sought after EP, and people sometimes buy the Blue Box EP box and just take this EP out of it and destroy the box and sell all the EPs separately, and it's a shame. Now, this EP was never issued as a standalone issue, unlike rarities from the LP box. I know that 90% of you out there have this EP, so I'm not gonna surprise anyone. I just wanted to just mention it and get it out of the way. This is a promo EP that was issued in 2013. In October 2013, it was released at the same day as Paul McCartney's new album. Now, if you follow my channel, you know that 5 days later, I met Paul McCartney in person, 18th of October, and I got my autograph. But on 14th of October, when the album was released, I also was in London. I bought the original album and I also bought this EP. Now, this is not the exact EP that I bought that day, but this is something that I bought later because the other 2 I traded. And those EPs that were given in HMV store that day had a stamp of HMV store. But I don't think that really matters because there are only like 500 copies made. And this is a promo EP. And this is not something that you can, easily find. I traded my that EP that I took that day. It was actually given for free, and it took me a couple of years to get, nice, decent copy. But still, it's hard to find. But I'm not saying that it's an extreme rarity, and I'm sure many of you have it. There is also a CD edition of that promo EP. So another 2 honorable mentions that I have to mention, but I don't think they belong into the 8 of the rarest. Another 2 honorable mentions that I want to mention, these are the Argentinian EPs. They are quite easy to get, but they are a bit expensive. Now, I got them all solely by accident. There was a guy on internet selling some albums, and I said, do you have anything else? And he said, yeah, I have small singles, something like that. Show me. And then he actually showed me the complete, this kind of folder filled with Peruvian singles that I mentioned in my previous video and that I already showed you on my channel. And these 2 were also inside. And that's the only time that I've seen these 2 EPs, Argentinian in the flesh. I didn't even know they existed. So they are on the yellow Odeon. And the last honorable mention, before I continue with my official 8. This is the Iranian EP. Now this one comes with a cover, which is extremely rare. If I had the cover, this would be number 2 or number 3 in my rarity EPs. But this is only record, and it's a bit, not really bad condition. I would say VG condition. No scratches, nothing. But I don't have the cover. Now, if any one of you have the cover, please write me in the comment section below. So let's begin with the actual 8 EPs that are extremely hard to find. Those were the honorable mentions. Number 8. This is from Brazil. Sandwich cover, and this one is the Beatles with Tony Sheridan, My Bonnie, Cry for a Shadow, The Saints, and The Why. This is the only time I've seen it, and there are only 1 or 2 copies online for sale, and I didn't even expect to get this one. My brother found it in Israel, and this is the record. So this is number 8. This is from 1968, I believe. I've checked. I think it's 1968. Number 7. There are several German EPs that are quite sought after and difficult to find. This is the Beatles. This is the Beatles voice. And this is the Beatles hits. Now all 3 are quite collectible. All 3 are quite expensive and sought after. But after so many years of collecting, I found out that there is even one more Beatles EP from Germany that it's the hardest one to get, the rarest one, the most expensive. And this is, which is framed, of course, this is the Beatles Soul. That's the hardest one to get. That's the most impossible to get, the rare German EP. And it comes naturally on this beautiful green Odeon. If you have this one, you are lucky. I've seen it in Budapest a couple of times, and I asked the guy, can you make a trade or something? And he said no. I actually bought my Beatles LP export, something new export from him, but he refused to make a deal on this one. So I had to... It took me another year to find the good copy of this Beatles Soul EP. Number 6. This is a few EPs that I accidentally found in Portugal. We are talking about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We are talking about 5 Mexican EPs on the Mozart label. Those singles are so rare that in order to, find them in a good condition is absolutely impossible. Because Mozart label was very short-lived label in Mexico before it was taken over by Capitol. And to find the EP with the black and rainbow label in this condition and the cover, which is fully intact, no seam splits, in a VG plus condition, it's a dream come true, I would say, especially these early covers. I mean, this age wear on the cover is the best condition you can find of these EPs. But I was really surprised to find that all 7 EPs were in a very beautiful condition. And you have Mozart logo here. Now I've been looking for the others online, and trust me guys, I couldn't bring myself to buy another one because they do not match the quality and the condition of these that I have already. One more, and one more. Now they come in various colors. I mean, it's not that each color belongs to each EP. The same EP can be with different colors, and that makes it even harder. And also within those covers, the colors are also, define the rarity, and it goes forever. So I have 5 with the colors and another 3. And I have some other Mexican EPs, but they are already on capital, which is this one. And you can see it here that it's on a green capital. Here is another one. And now I have the same label, but instead of Mozart, it says already capital. So it's a later issue. I also have this one. This one is the latest issue from 80s. And this bizarre cover. Now I also thought that I found a gem here, but no, it's not a rarity. It's strange, but it's not as rare as the Mozart label. Number 5, most recent EP in my collection. This is the rarest EP from Sweden. There is a separate video about this EP on my channel like a month ago. I'll put the link in the description section below, or I will put it right here. This is the hardest EP from Sweden, the hardest to find EP from Sweden. And I saw it in Den Bosch in the record fair for more than 600 euros. And that's the only time that I've seen it. And I was lucky enough to score the one on eBay like a month ago. Number 4. I always show you some EPs or singles or LPs from Israel. And in my previous video about the singles, I've shown you my Israeli, the hardest one to find, the Come Together and Something single. And also I'm going to show you a few Israeli EPs. First of all, the easiest one to get. This one is a volume 4. Now, this is not a rarity. I actually have 2 copies of it, so it's not that rare, but it's also nice to have. I mean, to find Israeli EP in such a great condition is already a rarity and is already a good score. But there is another level EPs in Israel that are the hardest one and also extremely hard to find. We are talking about the Magical Mystery Tour EP. Now, the thing is that in Great Britain, this EP came as a double EP with a booklet. Oh, something that we know. But these two came in these, first of all, individual covers. It came as 2 separate editions. And the one is called Full on the Hill, and the other one is called Your Mother Should Know. So let's dive into it for a second. The tracks here are Magical Mystery Tour, Your Mother Should Know, and I'm the Walrus. And this is the label, Parlophone label. The other one, which is Full on the Hill, the tracks are The Full on the Hill, Flying, and Blue Jay Way. So they copied the British EP, but they made it very beautiful. They made it in 2 different covers as 2 separate editions. Number 3, something that I've been looking for a very long time. And I know some people out there do have this EP, but it took me 2 years to find it. From the first time I saw it, and the guy who showed it to me, and he refused to give it to me, no matter what the deal. And I said, okay, I have to find this one. I have to have it. It's a Portuguese EP. Now, in Portugal in the 60s, there were no LPs issued, only EPs. So that's why they made them beautiful, colorful, with the beautiful covers. And they are very sought after and rare EPs. Now, this one, I believe, is the hardest Portuguese EP to find. This is Long Tell Sally, I Call Your Name, Slow Down, and Matchbox Portuguese EP. The back cover is a bit used, is a bit beat up, but no seam splits, no tears, no cover, no damages, nothing. Just a pen, few writings of the pen on the back. But what I was really surprised is that the EP itself, which comes on blue Parlophone label, is in VG Plus condition. That was a very cool find, actually. If you're looking for rare Portuguese EP, this is the one to get. There are other Portuguese EPs that are also rare, but as I found out, this one is the rarest. Number 2. These 2 last EPs come from the same country, come from the same pressings, and they are so rare, so hard to find, that I decided to separate them into number 2 and number 1. First of all, this is American EP, which is called Capital Compact. This is the Beatles Something New album, which is a 6-track EP. The back is plain white, and this is the cover. It's a replica of the original LP, and this one comes on this beautiful Capital label. Now, there are 3 EPs from this series. Meet the Beatles, Something New, and the Beatles Second. Now, those were not publicly available for people. Those were sent to radio stations and DJs and so on. And those who got them, they also got them with the stickers of the cover, and then they were reselling them. So to find it is very extremely hard. I do not have Meet the Beatles one. I'm still looking for the Meet the Beatles, but let me show you the number 1. And the number 1 is naturally the same EP, but something new. Now, from all my years of research, I found out that this one, out of the 3, is the rarest and the hardest one to get. And I do have it in pristine VG Plus condition. Absolutely beautiful copy. And this is the record. Like I said, this is 6-track EPs, not 4. This one has If I Fell, Tell Me Why, Matchbox, I'll Cry Instead, and I Love Her, and Slow Down. This is the one. My number 1 rarest and the hardest to find EP in my collection. Okay? Look at it one more time. And look at this one as well. So, if any one of you out there does have the Meet the Beatles EP and wants to trade, feel free to call me 24/7. Thank you very much for watching this video. I hope you liked it. I know there are other EPs out there which are rarer than this one, the American EPs. I'm not going to get into that. I don't have them. So if you have those rare American EPs, or any other country for that matter, please feel free to write me in the comment section below, because thanks to your comments I learn new stuff. And then I go to online or whatever and I'm looking for them, and maybe I will get them in my collection. So thank you very much for writing the comment, liking this video, and consider subscribing. Thank you very much, and I will see you in my next video. Bye bye.